People usually go into someone's home invited. They call the owner, ask if it's okay for them to come over, and at what time. This is a common procedure, right? After all, no one likes uninvited guests. However, this little fella decided to show up uninvited. How would you react if you woke up next to an unfamiliar guest? Well, this is exactly what happened to Jack's family. Discover how this unexpected guest got himself into Jack's home and why this story is on the rise. It was 4 a.m. on a Saturday night when Jack heard something unusual. He was used to night noise, but this was different. Jack and his wife just had a baby, and they were adjusting to new responsibility and new noises. But this wasn't a baby noise. Parents of a 1-month-old baby spend more time being awake than sleeping. Of course, nights are no exception to that, so what could this noise be? For some reason, mothers tend to hear a baby crying faster than fathers do. That happened with Jack's wife as well, and she had some shocking news for him. Jack was sleeping when his wife woke him up. She told him something that shocked him. First, Jack's wife told him that the baby was okay. Then she told him who the uninvited guest was. "Jack, wake up. There is a puppy in our house," Jack's wife told him. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. What? More importantly, how was this possible? Naturally, Jack went down the stairs to check, and there was actually a dog there. A small lab mix was sitting in their living room. He was there while all doors and windows were closed. So how could this be? Since there was a storm on the way, the Jokinen family had all the windows and doors closed, or at least they thought so. The very first thing that crossed Jack's mind was that someone else was in the house, hiding. Jack ran fast through the house until he was sure that no one else was there, at least no one but his family members and their new dog. Since no one was hiding in the closet, he had no idea how the dog came to be there. Were they chosen by this dog? The only way for Jack to discover how this dog appeared in his home was to check their security cameras. What he saw really shocked him. He would never have guessed that he was actually the one responsible for this dog being in his home. He checked the security footage and saw himself coming back from the late-night walk with his 2-year-old dog, George. He was sure that he closed the door behind him, but it didn't latch. The door was open all night? So as soon as the wind grew stronger, the door opened and remained open the whole night. Then at 3:16 a.m., they saw on the camera a dog running down the street. The dog suddenly stopped in front of their home. What the dog did next melted the hearts all over the world. It was cold and raining, and the dog seemed bewildered and ran scared. The dog hesitated for a second and then ran into the house. Once the dog was in, a person showed up and did the most unexpected thing ever. A passerby walked down the street after the dog entered the home and noticed the open door, so he stopped and came to the door. He looked inside, made sure that everything was okay, and closed the door. If he even saw the dog, he had no idea that the new dog wasn't Jack's dog. Jack couldn't believe how much luck they had with an unknown stranger who actually closed the door. He couldn't believe that he didn't try to rob them or murder them. Now, when they discovered how this dog appeared in their home, they had to figure out what to do with this furry stranger. Jack and his wife decided to do what they can for this dog. The first thing they had to do was make her feel safe and comfortable. The next day, they called animal control. However, they soon realized that this frightened girl wouldn't survive there. She looked sick, scared, walking on 3 legs with teeth all over the place. So the next move seemed logical. Together, the couple took the dog to the vet. They were shocked to hear that the puppy was actually a 9-year-old dog. She was covered in fleas and even had a paw infection, in addition to severe dental issues. They decided to help her. A number of bad things could have happened that night. Leaving the door open, especially on a stormy night, is never a good idea. Therefore, the Jokinen family decided to keep the dog. Instead of being robbed that night, they got a cute senior dog who needed their help. They named her Susie. Jack tweeted a photo of Susie and his story immediately went viral. In no time, people started helping. In a day and a half, Susie's new family received $15,000 in donations. Donations will help the Jokinen family cover the medical bills for this adorable senior dog. In the meantime, they met the guy who walked by and closed the door. Jack discovered that the guy who closed the door of their home was actually a nearby neighbor, Steve. Steve and Jack had a meetup and shared kind words on social media. Steve even wrote on his Facebook, "It's everywhere. I have people messaging me from all over the country. It's weird." Many wondered what happened with Susie's previous owner, but as Jack posted on his Twitter account, Susie had no chip. The small dog is now a part of the Jokinen family, and according to them, she is doing great. Susie and George are becoming best friends, and the new dog is even great with the baby. Jack is constantly updating the world on Susie and her recovery. It seems that being transparent is important for this family. Moreover, Susie has a personal Instagram account now. She goes by the account @SusieInPupman. In the meantime, she is enjoying her warm home and sweets. Susie is safe and she enjoys her new family. However, there is a long road to recovery ahead of her. With Jack and his wife, she seems to be in good hands. At the moment, the main goal is to get Susie to eat more so she can gain weight. Probably for the first time ever, she has a real home.